I would like you to do a video response posting yourself doing this.
Does 10 years later count? Hey guys, it's Jill. Today, because the new year is coming up, I thought it would be interesting to follow a makeup tutorial from 2010. In 2010, I was 8 years old, about to turn 9, and I was probably in 4th or 5th grade. I didn't really watch much YouTube. I definitely wasn't wearing makeup yet, so I wasn't really watching this side of YouTube. But my sister's 4 years older than me, so she would watch YouTube. The only video I really remember from 2010 is Computer Nerd or Computer Geek 101, his parody of TikTok by Kesha. And that's like the most 2010 thing, like, ever. But because I didn't really start wearing makeup until I was in middle school and I was in elementary school whenever it was 2010, I don't really know what makeup was like back then. So that's what we're gonna look at today. I found this one tutorial from Juicy Star 07, which I feel like I've watched your videos before, and it's the Glamorous Camera Ready Makeup Tutorial. And so I felt like it was just kind of the stereotypical 2010 look, so thought that would be perfect to follow. Juicy Star 07 is such like a 2010 name too, because I remember whenever I was younger, the people that I watched, like Meredith Foster, she went by like, oh goodness, what was it? Stella Babe. And then Bethany Moda was Mac Barbie. Like, everyone went by a brand and then like girl or babe or love or something like that. I will leave a link to the original video down below. Juicy Star 07, her name's actually Blair Fowler, but she still seems to make videos every once in a while. Her last video was 8 months ago, but I looked at her Instagram and she's still active on there, so go check her out. I'll leave her information down below. And then in this video, I think she's about 16 or 17 and I'm 18, so we're about the same age. I definitely wanted to follow someone who was the age I am now back in 2010. That way I could see like what I would do my makeup like if I was 10 years older. I'm putting in headphones, that way I don't have to sync up the sound.
So you can use this look year round. I totally love it. It's what I've been wearing every day forever. Yeah, and it's really, really simple to do, which is the best part. It's not hard at all. One thing that you need to know is if you have really pale skin, the blush might not be as good. I'm pretty pale and it's really harsh on me.
We love harsh blush on this channel.
But on camera, it kind of tones it down.
Oh, I forgot to mention, she looks like she already has her foundation and concealer done in this video, and eyebrows. I can't tell if she filled in her eyebrows or not, if that's just her natural brows. So I just very, very lightly filled in my eyebrows, which is hard for me. Like, I didn't do any shaping or anything like that. I just very lightly filled them in. I've watched a lot of other videos from 2010 and eyebrows they weren't important back then. They were just there. Also, they liked to use a lot of matte foundations from what I can tell, so I put a matte foundation on. I used the Fit Me Matte and Poreless by Maybelline. I don't think this was actually out in 2010. I do like this foundation, I'm not a big matte foundation person. And then I also used the Fit Me concealer, which I actually do really like. And then I set my entire face with the Pro Longwear powder by MAC. They love MAC in 2010. They loved it. Every product they use is MAC, so I thought definitely use this powder. So it's definitely like a smoky.
Okay, so the first thing I do is prime the lid, and I'm using Painterly Paint Pot by MAC, and I just get a little bit on my...
If you're new to this channel, you wouldn't know this, but if you're not new to this channel, you'd know that is actually what I prime my eyes with. So either this product is really great and has just been in use for a decade, or I need to find a new updated product.
My finger, and then I pat it onto my lid all the way up to my brow. Okay, so the next thing I do is take Jardinaire's pigment, and it looks like this. So I'm going to take a MAC 239 and just pick a little bit of this up on my brush and tap off any excess. And I'm going to pat this onto my lid.
So I didn't have this exact pigment, so I'm using the Steve Laurent loose powder and antique olive. She's just taking this pigment and packing it onto her lid. We're not really setting our Painterly Paint Pot or anything like that. We're just going straight in with the shimmers. Oh no.
Now the next thing I'm going to do is do my highlight. Most of the time I do my highlight last, but for some reason for this look I feel like it works better if I do it now. And this is Universal Mix Pigment. Now I'm going to apply it with a MAC 227. So I just get a little bit of this on the brush like that. And then I'm going to place this under my brow. And I'm going to take it all the way to the inner corner.
She's using a really big brush to do this. I couldn't find a really light pigment in my collection, but I did find this light eyeshadow. It's the Stila Kitten. And then I'm using the Sigma brush, HAL 2010. Sigma was like the Morphe back then. So I am just going to do what she did and highlight my brow bone. I still highlight my brow bone sometimes, but it's like not an important part. Oh, we are a shiny mess. She put it like all the way into her eye socket, so we are gonna do that too.
So the next thing I do is I take a pressed shadow, and this is Bronze by MAC. And I apply this with a MAC 226 brush, which is a very little crease brush, because I like to really be able to shape my crease the way I want to, and if you use a fatter brush, it's kind of harder.
So she's using
what I do is I start out here on the outer corner.
Shimmer eyeshadow with a small crease brush in her crease. The closest thing I can find is this bronze shade from the Jaclyn Hill palette. One big difference already is the amount of shimmers that they use. We use a lot of mattes in our crease, and they used a lot of shimmers, but I kind of like it. I mean,
and I bring it in, and I make sure to stay kind of true to my eye shape.
Okay.
Out.
Oh, something feels so wrong about blending this like shimmer into my crease.
And I know it looks like a really harsh line, but we will fix it.
I feel like that's not dark enough, so I'm gonna take the next darkest shimmer right here. And she's making a very defined V shape, which is something we still do today.
Next, I take Beauty Marked eyeshadow, which is a really pretty purple. If it'll focus, it's a purple and it has a little bit of red in it, or pink. And I'm going to get a little bit on that same brush, and I'm going to put this on the very bottom line of my crease, just about halfway in.
Okay, now we were taking
and then I'm going to pull it down like this, so then it kind of gives that outer V a darkness.
Okay. So I have a MAC purple shimmer, but that seems really dark, so I think I'm going to use the darkest color in the Norvina palette. I'm going to use the shade Drama right here. So we're using this to define our outer V, which is again something we still do. Do we do it with the purple glitter? No, we don't, but you know, times change. One thing I am noticing though, it's really hard to put your eyeshadow on smoothly because it is a shimmer and it just doesn't apply like that. It's applying a little patchy.
Then I take a MAC, what is this? 219 pencil brush.
Okay, another pencil brush.
It's just a skinny little brush like this. And I'm going to get some of that same Beauty Marked eyeshadow, and I'm going to just exaggerate that line that I just did with the fluffier brush.
Oh, we're just adding more. Okay, adding more with this smaller brush.
Like that, and then I'm also going to put a little bit on my lower lash line.
Okay, we still are doing our lower lash line, which is good.
And connect them. So now I'm done with the shadows, and I'm going to take a blending brush. This is a Laura Mercier finishing eye brush, and I like to take this brush and just go along the creases of my shadow and kind of soften them out.
So we're blending now.
So that it's not so harsh. So I go along here.
It looks so cute on her. How did this happen? I want to take my beauty blender and like blend the eyeshadow away, but like I don't think they used beauty blenders back then. Whenever I put my foundation on, I had to do it all with brushes, so now my face feels like gross because I didn't use a beauty blender to like pick up the excess.
Now for liner, I have currently been using the Black Track Fluid Line from MAC with a 210 brush.
You know what I just realized? Every single eyeshadow we used was a shimmer. There was no mattes. Mattes, we don't know her. She's using MAC Fluid Line in black to line her lashes. I don't really use cream eyeliner, so I'm gonna use a charcoal pen. She's doing like a kind of thick line on top, going all the way in. It's black, but it's not like super black, so I'm gonna use the charcoal color, a charcoal eyeliner. So I'll see you when I'm done with this. It doesn't look as bad as it does in person on camera, but just know in person, there's a lot going on. Doing my eyeliner like this brings me back to like when you first learned to do makeup in middle school and you take just like a big stick pencil eyeliner and just, you know, Me too. Honestly though, in about 2010, I remember my sister would go to like the middle school dances and they would get ready here, and this is, not gonna lie, this is what their eyeliner looked like. Okay, we're curling our lashes.
And I just like to hold it on for about 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3.
Every tutorial I've watched from back in the Gap, they are diligent about curling their eyelashes.
I am using CoverGirl Lash Blast mascara.
I am gonna use the Great Lash by Maybelline. I feel like they used that back then. I feel like that was a popular mascara. I know it was popular when I first started wearing makeup. Something that was really cool whenever I was doing like the research for this video was looking at the influencers and beauty gurus who made videos back in 2010 who still make videos now. That was really cool. Like, I know Jackie Ina, It's Judy Time, Candy Johnson, and those were all people that I grew up watching, but it was really cute to see like where they started. Oh, also Nikki Tutorials. I watched so many Nikki tutorial videos. Like, she was so talented back then. She's still talented now.
So that is it for the eyes.
Okay, we're done with the eyes.
I just like to take my MAC 129 brush and Laguna Bronzer by NARS, which looks like this. And I just take a little bit on each side of the brush, and I'm going to apply this kind of on the hollows of my cheek, but a little bit higher to fake higher cheekbones. So I actually have this bronzer. I feel like mine's a little bit darker than hers. I dropped it though multiple times, so this is what it looks like now. She's applying her bronzer where blush would usually go. There's not a lot of like bronzing going on, I don't know. So she's going a lot higher than I would normally. It looks good on her though, and that's the thing. Then I like to take a hot pink
hot pink blush. Love
this is MAC Tippy. It was limited edition from the Hello Kitty collection, so if you can't get this anymore, any hot pink blush will do.
Okay,
and
she's using a hot pink blush
just on the apples of my cheeks.
Alright, so I don't have that blush, but I do have this hot, it's actually called Hot, from the Morphe 8C Cool Blush Pro palette.
Okay, now I take a rag and I just
I'm
wipe
just
this brush off on it to get all of the product off of it. And then I use this same brush to go in and blend this to make it a little bit softer. You can take it up towards your temples.
Okay, no, there's still product on this. I'm gonna use another brush.
I just don't like it to be so harsh.
One thing I really noticed is they would put their products on first and then blend them out. I feel like now we put an eyeshadow color on, blend it as we're putting it on and after we put it on. They just kind of put it all, get it all on there, and then they go back and blend it after. She's using like a nudish pink lip liner. This is Chippy by Morphe. And she's not overlining, which, if you've been to this channel before, we love a good overline.
Then I'm going to take my MAC lipstick in Viva Glam Gaga.
I actually had to get this from my mom's lipstick because I couldn't, like, I could not find a shape like this. Like, I don't own anything close to this. This is the Rimmel 02 Candy. It's so frosted. I'm like going over my natural lip line because like that's how I'm used to like applying lipstick.
For lip gloss, I'm using Fashion Scoop Cream Sheen Glass.
I couldn't find a lip gloss like that either, so I'm just using a glittery ColourPop lip gloss.
So that is the look. I hope you guys like it.
Okay.
If you want to try it out, if you don't have these products, you can use whatever products you have. You can go to the drugstore and just buy some colors that looked similar to these. And then I would like you to do a video response posting yourself doing this, or if you can't record it, just take a picture of it.
Does 10 years later count?
Because I'd like to see you guys do this too.
Okay, honestly, I don't look good, but I don't really look that terrible. This is what I looked like in middle school. This is how I did, like, I was in middle school in about 2014, 15, but that general area, and this is pretty, maybe not the eyeshadow, but like definitely the blush and bronzer, definitely the eyeliner. It's bringing back some bad memories. They still did eyeshadow pretty much the same way with the darker colors in the crease, you know, like that was the same, it's just they used a lot of shimmery products, and I don't think that's the most flattering thing for my hooded eyes. The lips were also pretty different, just a super shimmery swipe of lipstick that's very different from our liquid lips that we know and love today. There was no contouring of the face, really. Honestly though, for the time though, she looked really cute with this makeup on, and so I think just in the context of the year it was, this was a really pretty makeup look. It was a super helpful video though. I'm definitely going to start watching Juicy Star 07's most recent videos because I really like her and she was really good at explaining what to do. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you thought it was interesting. I'm thinking about doing another video where I make the 2020 version of this makeup look. I think that would be really fun. So let me know if you want that. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more like it, be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.